Yeah,
I request you to make
I'll
me
give
the
you.
co-host. Yeah.
I will give that. Yeah, good evening, Dr. Triveni, and it's wonderful having you again. And I'm sure today is going to be very enlightening topic, or the perspective what we have in the recent union budget. Uh, and I'm sure being an entrepreneurs from from this kind of work what we are doing, I'm sure most of us are going to get benefit out of it. So it's all yours, Dr. Triveni, and we will just listen to you now.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to share my screen. I was trying to get this thing. Okay, let me put it on. Yes. Hmm. Okay. I think the screen is visible to all of you. Yeah. Yes. So this budget, Union Budget 2026-27, the concept note of this budget is basically called as the Yuva Shakti driven roadmap. Okay. If you would have, I don't know how many of you have sat through and listened to Madam Nirmala Sitaram. If you would have heard her the day on, of course, it was on a Sunday. This time, in spite of it being a Sunday, I know many people would have been busy, but many of us did sit through and listen. We sat, I at least listened to what she was saying. So the budget opened with the main note saying that this budget is Yuva Shakti driven roadmap. And we are going to do a strategic analysis and we'll try to understand what is the key takeaways for business and industry. So going ahead, this budget had three main kartavyas, which was highlighted. She said the budget is focused on three kartavyas. So the three kartavyas that is focused on is about accelerating economic growth. So the country is working towards increasing the productivity and resilience and helping people with whatever they want, kind of the infrastructure and all other things. Also, it's focusing on fulfilling the aspirations of our youth, that is by helping them to build the skills and develop our human capital. And the third main kartavya is on inclusive development. If you remember, the main logo with which they have been talking about is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So this is something the budget is focusing on. This is the first budget prepared in Kartavya Bhavan, okay, signaling a shift from entitlement to duty-driven growth. Okay, this was mainly focusing on Kartavya, from the word Kartavya Bhavan. Okay, and for the first time in this budget, we had 50 students who were seated in the Parliament House when the budget was being presented. And post the budget, Madam normally goes to the this thing for a this thing news this thing meeting, but for the first time she had gone and met the students and taken their feedback, and wanted to know what is the understanding of this budget. That is why we call it as Yuva Shakti budget. Okay, she wanted the youth to contribute as well. So this is focusing on transforming aspirations into achievement and potential into performance. That's what Sitaram Madam was talking about the other day. And also you can see what exactly is the target that we are focusing on this. We are trying to get a we want to have a fiscal discipline. I'm sure, let me tell you what is this fiscal deficit before we go ahead. All of us in the house also, we have a revenue which we earn, right? Fine. So that revenue means that when I say revenue, it is the salary, individual salary or the earnings that he's having, he or she. Nowadays, two members are earning, so two members' salary put together is the amount that they have to spend. Suppose you are spending something beyond what you have earned, that means you have to borrow. And when you are borrowing, that means there is a deficit of fund. That is why you are borrowing. So here we talk about deficit of a nation. Even in India, we have deficit. So our deficit ratio or percentage that we have been talking about is around 4.3%. Actually, the target was to achieve 4.4%, and lower the deficit, it is good for us. So our GDP for the budgeted estimate for the year, presently it is 4.4. What are they estimating for 26-27 down the line is 4.3%. And our capital expenditure of the country has gone, or it's been increased up to 12.2 lakh crore, which is really a good sign, because when we say capex is capital expenditure push. That means there will be good infrastructure development, good hospitals, good infrastructural activities being taken care of, which is really going to be contributing for our industrial development. And whenever we are looking at any country, one important thing that we have to look at is what is debt to GDP ratio. Our debt to GDP ratio is 55.6%. Of course, it's declined a little because it was 56.1. From there, we have come down to 55.6%, which is good, but of course, they should be lower. And our revenue health, the main receipt, okay? See, when I say as an individual, if I have to get earnings, I will get the earnings from my salary. India as an economy, from where is it getting the revenue? The revenue for India is coming from the tax receipts. And our tax receipt revenue is around 28.7 lakh crore is what we have. Okay. So this revenue health is little better this time. Okay. It has been increasing, and it is a good sign for us. Now, looking at how our budget, the Kartavya 1 focus, how it is being focused. So this is focusing on scaling strategic manufacturing. Please look at the Kartavya 1, productivity and resilience. So keeping this in the mind, the focus is on increasing our manufacturing or supporting our manufacturing, scaling our manufacturing sector. So here you can see your area, biopharma. So biopharma may not be exactly yours, but it's related with you, of course. If I'm right, it's your area. So biopharma, Shakti, and there is a proposed cash budget for this area up to 10,000 crore. So they have an outlay of 10,000 crore, which is focusing on building the ecosystem for biologics and biosimilars. Okay, this is what is the proposed outlay of the fund. One more sector that we have focused on very seriously and with a major requirement is semiconductors, which we call it as ISM 2.0. And the budget that is being proposed for this sector is around 40,000 crore, which is really a good move, because going ahead with this AI revolution, the requirement for semiconductors will be increasing, and we need to have the equipment, and the material expansion is required for us. So that is the focus that is being done in this budget. Looking at the other thing, we have the electronics components, which has again got a good chunk of fund that is around 40,000 crore, which is deepening the domestic value addition. So by this, we will definitely be getting good support from the government. And one other thing which is very, very important is logistics independence. So container manufacturing, let me give you one example. We have, anybody having any idea how many containers are there in India? It's only around 3,000 containers. When you compare to that of China, China is having around 5 lakh plus containers. So we are very, very behind in this. So government is trying to elevate this area, and they have given around 10,000 crore for container manufacturing scheme. So anybody interested to develop this, you can look out for this. Of course, if anybody is interested to get into semiconductors, there is good lot of support that you'll be getting from the government. And another thing is chemicals. So for the chemicals, there is a plan to have 3 new parks. So they have set about 3 new parks, and this new parks will be supporting the chemical industry. Going ahead, I would like to highlight about the Kartavya 1 from the point of view of micro units to national champions. So there is a capital injection. See here, I think you people also will fall into this category. We are talking about SMEs, small and medium scale industry. Micro is different. So SMEs will be getting a growth fund of 10,000 crore equity, okay, which is dedicated to creating future champions. And one thing that you have to be aware about here is, see, SMEs, that is small and medium scale industries, can't raise equity because they are not in a position to raise equity. And that is where the government is interested to contribute the funding, or they are ready to do the funding up to 10,000 crore. And there is a top up of around 2,000 crore fund over here. So risk capital for micro entrepreneurs also there is a support which is given. So MSME overall has been given a capital injection. So there is an injection which has been given by the government and which is a good sign for all of you. And the operational reforms that we can expect here is by this is there will be a good cash flows. So mandatory threats for CPSEs, invoice trading allowed. So here what they are talking about is your receivable activities has to be done through the main portal of the government. And another thing is infrastructure. So reviving 200 legacy industry clusters, they are trying to develop the infrastructure and revive the 200 legacy industrial clusters. And there are certain compliances where we talk about corporate mitras for affordable support in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. This is one good move which the government is taking in this particular budget. Going ahead, the main focus of Kartavya 1 is manufacturing and all these things, which calls for infrastructural growth, okay, infrastructural development. So there is 7 high-speed rail corridors which is being proposed. I'm sure all of you are aware this rail corridors which is going to be developed will be helping us in your or helping you towards your manufacturing activities also. The connect roadways are also mentioned here. We are looking at Delhi, Varanasi, then we have high-speed rails which is being developed from Varanasi, Odisha, Pune, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. These are all some of the areas which is being connected. Okay, so this is going to help you in a big way. And there are 20 new national waterways also which is being proposed by the government. The strategic goal here is to reduce the logistics cost to the global benchmarks. And we are also looking at 5,000 crore allocation per region and a new dedicated corridor that is Dankuni to Surat. So this is what is proposed here. Now going ahead, we will be looking at Kartavya 2, which is talking about Yuva Shakti. So here, please see, many of you who are interested can look at this, something known as orange economy. What is orange economy? Orange economy is talking about AVGC. I'll tell you what is AVGC is. This is called as creative economy. It's called as orange economy. AVGC is animation, visual effects, gaming, and comic content creators. So they are focusing on this area in a deep way and they want to set up labs in 15,000 schools. Government is trying to encourage content creation by our youth as well. So they are proposing to set up 15,000 labs and also they want to bring in STEM education facility for all the girls. You know, many of the girls were not getting the access to the STEM. You know what is STEM? Science, technology, engineering, all these things. So they want to give them the support in various areas where they are not getting the support. Girls, hostels in every district for higher education support is what they are proposing. And sports is one more area which government is focusing. So Khelo India mission is what they are talking about, which was already there. They want to expand it for next decade. And skills and employment is what they are focusing. Education to employment committee and training for 10,000 tourism guides. Tourism is one area which government is focusing on. They want youth to enter this area and become tourism guides. So this is one thing that they have proposed. And another thing that they are telling about is under the Kartavya 2 is the digital and innovation backbone. And this is something very good. There are data centers, and for this data centers, there is a tax holiday proposed till 2047, especially for foreign cloud providers. Okay. And going ahead, we can look at IT services. Here we talk about safe harbor threshold. It is raised to rupees 2,000 crore margin, 2,000 crore margin, that is around 15.5%. Margin of around 15.5% is what they are proposing. And also, they want to bring in AI in agriculture. So what they are talking about is Bharat Vistar, multilingual AI tool for farmers. So all languages based AI tool is what they want to bring in. And accounting, of course, transition to modify IND AS, our Indian accounting standards, to be modified. by 2027-28, they want to remove ICDS, which I'm sure is not required at this point of time. Then we talk about Kartavya 3, which is talking about inclusive development and equity. So here we are looking at agriculture, that is AgriStack DPI, okay? And also 3-year tax exemption for cooperative dividends. There is also a good move taken towards women entrepreneurs. They are talking about She Marts, okay, which is a retail hubs for self-help groups. She Mart is the retail hub for self-help groups. Okay, for people in the rural areas, they can look out for this. And we also have health and care sector, which is being focused. And here they have proposed 5 regional medical value tourism hubs. India is now focusing on medical tourism as well. And they want to look at the biopharma ecosystem for this. And they have proposed 2 more NIMHANS to be added in India. There is only 1 NIMHANS in Bangalore. So they are proposing 2 more NIMHANS in India, Jharkhand and Ranchi. This is where they are proposing. And they want to develop this in a big way. The green transition or the energy security that we are looking at, this is something which we are all talking about. So we are looking at net zero strategy, what the country is focusing on. They want to look at the carbon capture, that is 20,000 crore outlay has been given for this to understand where we are having all this. They want to look at the critical minerals exemptions on capital goods for processing, and also solar manufacturing is what they want to propose. So biogas value excluded from central excise on blended CNG uses that is being done. This is something the government is focusing on. Next thing, normally when we look at a budget, there is part A and part B. Part A talks about overall what is the economical development, the macroeconomics part will be touched upon. And when we look at the part B, we talk about the tax reforms. Of course, this budget, there has been absolutely no revision in the direct tax reforms, which we can look at. So new Income Tax Act 2025 almost continues here. So what has been there? Now it is simplified rules to be notified. April 2026, new act effective date has been given. So compliances and the trust is Vividao ka samadhan. Whatever issues were there, that they want to settle it down quickly. Okay, integrated penalty orders, the penalty levels have been reduced a little, that's all. So revisions extended to March 31st. And the disclosure norms was 6 months for foreign assets amnesty. So many people, if they had any foreign asset, they had to disclose within 6 months. And key structural changes that we can see is exclusively on the buyback of shares. So buyback of shares earlier was considered as dividend. Now they are taxing it as capital gains. For people who have it, it is applied for there. And TCS, that is the tax on the overseas travel, has reduced to 2%. Going ahead, customs and trade facilitating manufacturing. So ease of living, personal import duty, which is reduced from 20% to 10%. And 17 cancer drugs is exempted from basic customs duty. Export competitiveness, we can see that e-commerce export cap removed previously, which was 10 lakhs, it's been removed now. Marine and textile has become duty-free, input limits increased, input limits has been increased over there. The strategic sectors which they are focusing on is aviation and critical minerals. So they want to give exemptions for manufacturing parts and MRO and duty cuts. Anyway, I'll skip this. Ease of doing business, reducing frictions. I have another set. I'll just finish off with this. The main sector watch list, which has high potential opportunity for US tourism. So they are focusing on Buddhist circuits and 15 archaeological experience sites. Textiles has got a major boom in this budget. Space and defense has got a good share. Real estate, of course, urban development in tier 2 and 3 cities via CERs is what they are proposing. The road to 2047, capacity over consumption is what we are looking at. Capacity over the consumption is what we are focusing. So strategic outlook is prioritizing the structural strength, that is the infra, manufacturing skills are the main 3 sectors which they are trying to strengthen. And also signal to businesses, invest in domestic supply chains and formalization, a confident step that the government is taking towards Vikasit Bharat, which we are working on. I have another presentation which I want to do. This is exclusively for Karnataka. That is about the overall budget. I have another thing which I have made only for Karnataka. So if you look at this, this is taken from the source Invest India analysis. Invest India is the government website where we get all the details about what has happening in each sector, in each country, in each state, in each states as well. Even if you want further information on this, just log into Invest India, you'll get some more details. So looking at Karnataka, the global growth engine, which has been looked at. So they are trying to accelerate investment and MSME prosperity is what is expected in this particular state. They have given an over outlook for 2026, 2030, 5 years, how it is going to be. See, look at this. Karnataka's connectivity with USA is high. Karnataka's connectivity with London is high, and also with Singapore. So we are just trying to understand
Jenny,
what.
we can't see your presentation. It's an old slide.
Oh, is it? 1
Yeah.
minute. Okay. I will just. You're not able to see the other one.
No,
Oh,
it is same road to 2047.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the presentation that I was.
Yeah.
This is the Karnataka, how it is. This is the global growth engine. You can see the connectivity of our place with USA. We are connected to USA. We are connected to London, also Singapore. This is from Invest India. The source is taken from Invest India. You can look at this. Karnataka as such has a multiplier effect. It has an ecosystem meets opportunity. It is the fourth largest tech cluster globally. Okay, globally it is the fourth largest tech cluster. The capital here is around $57.65 billion. We are having FDI inflows of around so much from October 2019 till March 2025. So approximately 20% of India's total capital FDIs that is coming into. Okay. The trigger of the Union Budget 2026 key levers is 10,000 crore SME growth fund and strategic manufacturing push that is being given to us. The upside is MSME resurgence. Focus areas is defense, semiconductors, EV, and renewables. So if you're all coming anywhere into this category, definitely it's going to be beneficial for you. Okay. And looking at this, a monopoly on high value talent is what they are looking at. So if you look at in Karnataka, it is having a monopoly of India's chip designers. They are all based out here in Karnataka. You can see around 70% are there here. So 50% of national AI, ML and biotech workforce is here, including you people. I think you fall into this, right? And then 1 lakh plus PhDs in the talent pool is what we find in Karnataka, and 10,000 aeronautical engineers. And what we also are known for is 500 plus global capacity centers, which is generating around 22.2 billion revenue for the economy. Okay, for the whole Indian economy is here in Karnataka. And if you look into this, there is seamless connectivity for global market. That's what I was telling you just now. So Bangalore-Mumbai corridor is connected. Bangalore International Airport is well connected. And also we have Chennai-Bangalore corridor. So major ports, minor ports, we can look at that, how the connectivity is. So this infrastructure is built to reduce the logistics cost for export-oriented MSME. Okay, that's the major focus that we have been focusing on. Going ahead, the ecosystem advantage that we have here, livability and the demography, you all know, of course, people who come to Bangalore will never go back because our climatic conditions is really good. At least in Bangalore, it's very good. So urbanization, Karnataka has around 38.67%. Overall, India average is around 31.16. The population here is 6.1 crore, ninth largest state. Workforce is 62.9% labor force participation rate. And also you can see the climatic zones. You can see how it has been shown. So diverse zones support food processing, textiles and natural fibers. And we are also working towards SDG Vision 2030 active execution. Okay. That you can look at. And if you look at this, we have got 2026 Catalyst Union Budget Interventions, how the federal policy unlocks state potential. So what we can also focus on is Karnataka's foundation. We have around 10,000 crore SME growth fund, which we can utilize. There are certain liquidity reforms, that is the TREDS movement I was talking to you about. Then cluster modernization and strategic sector alignment. All this is leading for the future growth. So this is how our federal policy unlocks state potential. So our state's potential lies in this. And going ahead, the sector spotlight is technology and semiconductor. So if anybody is keen to venture out in this, you can please look out for this. The foundation is home to 85 plus chip design firms, which is already there. You can look at entering into any of this sector if you want to support. The catalyst is the Union Budget 2026 focuses on indigenous semiconductors ecosystem plus state policies that has been there. You have to look out for that. So MSME focus, the opportunity for you is PCB manufacturing and assembly. Semiconductor testing and packaging will be having a good boost. Embedded systems, clean room support services will again be a opportunity area for you. Going ahead, this is also one more area which you can look at, defense and aerospace. So we already have the foundation here, DRDO and HAL ecosystem. So 10,000 aeronautical engineers are wanted and they are already there. The catalyst is budget has increased its allocation for defense and they are focusing on making India indigenous production push. The opportunity for you is precision engineering and tooling, drone avionics, MRO services, supply chain expansion. This is the opportunity which you can focus on. Electric mobility, EV and auto. This is something which we are there with too. 45 plus EV startups, which is there here. Main one to start with is Reva, India's first electric car, which is homed out here in Bangalore. The Karnataka Clean Mobility Policy 2530 for the year 2530 plus budget push for green mobility is what they are focusing on. Opportunity is battery pack assembly, which you can focus on, charging infrastructure, which you can focus on, lightweight fabrications and auto ancillaries transition. Some areas which you can look out for. And when it comes to renewable energy, the main foundation here is we are talking about 14.6 gallon installed capacity, leaders in solar and wind. We are. So government is proposing aggressive 2030 targets. So they still require additional. So you have opportunity to work on solar panel installations, wind turbine components, energy storage systems, and green supply chain, which is a good area for you to focus on. And of course, textiles and apparels. So strong natural fiber base. Here we are known for strong natural fiber. So we have established export-oriented garment units. So budget allocation for cluster modernization and technical textile is there. So we can focus on that. As a part of this, we can focus on sustainable production, value-added apparels and technical textiles for industry. The main governance built for business continuity here is in Karnataka. So our industrial policy 2025, which you have to look out for, which is an overarching framework for growth. Startup policy from 2022 to 27, which gives you some inputs about innovation layer support. Clean mobility policy, which is proposed for the year 25 to 30, which is driving the EV transition. And specialized policy and AVGC, that is animation, visual effects, gaming and comic, XR and cybersecurity policy, which is proposed. And safety net, that is the Arogya Karnataka universal health coverage also. These are few of the governance built for the business continuity. And the strategic convergence is why invest now? If you are thinking about invest, why? That's because it's proven talent pool, in Karnataka, we have 70% of India's chip designers, which is saying that we have a proven talent pool and there is infrastructure readiness. So, dual industrial corridors, which is there. Then, fiscal timings, beneficiary of Budget 2026 incentives. There is good political stability. I'm not sure. Okay. Clear policy roadmaps through 2030. Karnataka is structurally positioned to be the biggest beneficiary of the 2026 fiscal framework, is what I foresee. I'm not very sure. So to start with this, if you want further details, please go to Invest India. You can connect and start subscribing their website so that you'll be getting a lot of inputs about how to do business in India, what is the economic survey and FDI policy consolidated. All this is given in that. Okay, there is one image which I would like to show you. Okay, sorry, I was just, yeah, this. So how this is one infograph which I had developed in a nutshell to understand about
It is not
Karnataka.
showing, Triveni.
Yeah, I'm going to share it.
Okay.
Just a minute. I'm going to share it. In a nutshell, to tell you about Karnataka's growth sectors. Can you see the infograph? Yeah. So India's strategic investment in MSME powerhouse. You can see that Karnataka attracts 20% of India's total FDI and hosts world's fourth largest technology cluster. All that I put in the slides is summarized here. So with the Union Budget 2026 focusing on semiconductors, defense and MSME liquidity, the state's existing talent pool and infrastructure provide an unmatched foundation for industrial growth. So look at that, how our fund has been coming up. All this is what was there in your slides, which is just put across in a nutshell in this. Okay, all that I spoke is there in this. So this is about our budget. In simple words, I'm just trying to tell you that for people in the MSME sector, you definitely have an opportunity to grow because government is focusing towards Viksit Bharat. So you have opportunity, provided you go in the right way, meet the right people, you will definitely get good opportunity to grow. That is it from my end. If there are any questions, we can go with that. And just to tell you, based on some requirement from some of our friends, I am doing because they wanted, I am training with Awake as well as Ubuntu and all that. So they wanted me to do something on financial planning. So I am doing one session for people. This is not from business perspective as an individual. How do you do your financial planning? So I am organizing a free webinar on Glow and Grow with your financial planning. This is being done on 2nd of March 2026. That's coming Monday. Anybody interested, please go ahead and register with this. I'll share this poster with Madam. Madam, you can share it with your team.
Yeah.
And if anybody is interested, it's a free webinar about financial planning. So of course, if they are keen on it, they can as well join and learn about how to plan for their future retirement. Okay, so I'm now open for any questions. I think you could see the screen on
Yes,
this
we could.
this screen this slide.
Glow and Grow.
Yeah, this is what is happening
Yeah.
on 2nd.
Yeah. So
If
this also you
anybody,
can share it. I will share it in the group. But
yeah,
this is really nice and good to know MSME has a lot of potential, and especially in this biofield. And I
yeah.
don't know about state-wise, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Anybody, any questions? Please ask.
Thank you so much, Triveni ma'am, for
Yeah.
putting the most complicated thing which I have never understood in such simple words. that
Okay.
I was able to understand each and everything. And
Ho-
uh,
Hope you could
yes,
understand what exactly the budget is telling you about.
I will not say very confidently that I understood everything because I'm very weak in financial terms. But then, yes, to an extent, I understood the snapshots that okay, this is the where it is going, how it is all about. Now, I can also speak a little bit in front of people if they are discussing.
Okay.
No,
That's nice.
yeah. So, ma'am, the question is, I don't know if this is the correct platform to ask, but uh, when we say that we are putting a lot of data centers and we are putting this for, I think you said that till 2020, for 47, the gateway is free for the foreign,
Data cloud. That's
foreign,
cloud service utilized by the foreigners, foreigner cloud service providers. For them, there is a tax holiday.
yeah,
Not
tax
for
holiday.
the
That was the word
GCC,
you used.
not for the GCC, not for the global capacity center, not for the data centers. It is only for the cloud service providers, foreign
Okay,
cloud service providers. Yeah.
okay. Uh, this might be an opinion, but and not related to budget also, but at one um, regarding the Bangalore thing, and I understood everything, and I was very happy to understand that, because I live in Bangalore, and so 2030 SDGs, we are also working on that, and all the boost that has been given to us. But with regard to data center, if we are setting up physical data centers, and so it is a quite water intensive thing, right?
Yeah. No, what
So
I would recommend you, if you want to get some more detail about this, please visit Invest India website.
yeah.
You'll be
Sure,
getting
sure.
some more inputs on that. This is
Yes, yes.
overview which I've collected and which
Mm.
I'm presenting for you. But to
Yes.
know more in detail, maybe you will have to visit their website, and there is a column where they say you can meet the experts. You can discuss with the
Mm.
experts exclusively in that area. They will be right people to give you more inputs on that.
So,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Parul,
ma'am. Otherwise,
I understood your concern, and I understood Dr. Triveni's view also. Now,
yes, yes.
yeah, so Dr. Triveni, all our people, they think at the point of ecology, how ecology is getting affected, nothing else otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that I
So,
agree.
yeah, and Parul, she won't be able to help this. We have to consciously decide what we do. We need
Yeah.
to
That's
put
what.
with
No, I was just
ChatGPT
trying.
or how we do it.
Mm, yeah, ma'am. Just I wanted to understand from ma'am that if it is a physical data center or just on the cloud. That's it.
Uh,
Otherwise,
mm,
so I understood that now this is not the platform that where you can
yeah.
get the solution to it.
Yeah. No, there's no solution for it. We just have to work around it. That's it.
True.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Any questions?
क्वेश्चंस तो नहीं है, लेकिन हाँ अभी मतलब मैं बाकी से भी यही बोलूंगी कि अभी मेरे को भी ना अचानक से एमएसएमई के इवेंट्स की काफी मेल्स और वो सब आने लगी हैं। तो अगर आपके लोकल में कोई ग्रुप या ऐसा देखो, मतलब अभी काफी एक्टिव हो गया है मतलब गवर्नमेंट का ना। मुझे लगता है अभी जब त्रिवेणी जी ने बताया ना कि ये सब प्रमोट कर रहे हैं वो, तो मुझे तो डेली का लग रहा है 24 को एमएसएमई का ये इवेंट है, उस दिन वर्कशॉप है लेडीज के लिए। तो काफी कुछ हो रहा है। तो मुझे लगता है कि जो भी अगर रजिस्टर्ड है उद्यम में, तो उनको थोड़ा स्टार्टअप इंडिया या वहाँ चेक करते रहना चाहिए, वहाँ पे इवेंट्स आते रहते हैं। तो
हाँ.
आप मतलब जो भी नेटवर्किंग है जो भी करना है ना, तो आप उसमें एक्टिव रह सकते हो।
Right. And I feel this glow and grow also would be very beneficial for us to understand, because this is going to be year ending, and how we take it further for the next year. Jo, whatever mistake we have done or whatever learning we have done, let us go in a systematic way. And I think this workshop also will be helpful to understand that.
Sure. Please, ma'am. You can share it with your members. Anyway, it's a
Yes. Yeah.
free session, so we
Yeah.
can have it on that
Yeah.
day,
We'll
on Monday.
definitely share it. Yes. We'll
Yeah.
share it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's
And
it.
yeah,
So,
thank you so
yeah,
much, Dr.
fine.
Triveni, once again for taking out time for us. And we look forward to listen to you more.
Sure. And it's nice to get back on this platform again. Nice to meet Swati ma'am. I remember her participation. Even Parul also was there in previous sessions. It was really nice to get back and get connected with all of you. Nice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Preeti.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.